I mean that in the nicest of ways. So when I was asked to say a few words this afternoon, I was beyond flattered. Who wouldn't want to say just a few nice things about this crazy, wonderful, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Australian lady, especially on the 19th anniversary of her 21st birthday. But then I thought, how can you compress the awesomeness that is Krissie Miller into a brief toast? So if you're hoping that this would be brief, you are all in the wrong restaurant. Get out. But truly, it's impossible to say a few short words, as we all know, about Krissie. We could be here for days, theoretically, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, considering the amazing lunch we just had, courtesy of Erin and her gang. Only Erin, because I've learned her name. So I thought I would go back to the very beginning, which is where one logically starts these days, to when I first met Krissie in the wilds of New York City. There we were in the yuppie Serengeti of the Upper East Side, way far north of 72nd Street. And it was really love at first sight. Not between you and me, but between George and Olivia, my oldest, your oldest. George was waiting for his physical or maybe some kind of checkup for a nasty cough. He was on Olivia, who was waiting to see if she would have a violent reaction to the angular flu vaccine. It was very glamorous and sexy, I assure you. And I looked across the room, and there was Krissie, and I introduced myself, and that is when I admitted it. I heard her Australian accent, which despite 6 years in New York City is like strong as ever. Oh, it's crying. It was hypnotic, though. I am such an American whore for accents. It was hypnotic. It was like a siren song. You just kind of went. So to be truly honest, I was just very excited to meet someone, to meet Krissie, because truth be told, she had circles under her eyes that really looked a lot like mine. And so I thought to myself, this woman needs to join our club. Little did I know that she had just flown from the outback like a nanosecond earlier. And I would be the first friend that you had met in the city of 8 million people. Talk about fame. Lucky me, right? Lucky you, Mom, but lucky me. So I invited her to stroll across the wilderness of Central Park one afternoon to come meet a group of equally wonderful and completely exhausted mothers. And it was in this great group of women that we became such fast friends. As you all know, going through your first round of mothering a toddler is very similar to going through war. Don't you think, right? So try going through your first toddlerhood in your first few months in a new country, in a new city, and not just any city, but the city that never sleeps, literally, as Chucky well knows. She's got like 17 boys. For most people, sorry, Chucky, so for most people, that would be a really daunting task, right? Here I am, holy crap. But for Krissie Miller, it was just another absolutely insane day at the office. Just, where am I going? So here was this woman who was handling it all with dolls. Seriously, who is this woman? Krissie Miller, who had our first real girls' night out, as the rest of the women were on cocktail number 4 or 5, and thanking God that they weren't pregnant yet with their second, comes out, this little Australian trip. Well, I am. We were all thinking out loud, of course, holy shit! Right? We're all like 5-minute-old. Krissie Miller was thinking, holy shit! With a small side of nausea. It was just another beginning of another new adventure for Krissie Miller. And over the last few years of her 4 short decades, this quadragenarian has handled major